So this is part 2 with regards to Etsy, creating an idea and doing what you're doing. Kids are still banging around, as you can hear them. It is Easter after all. How do these vloggers do it? Do they have these rooms? Oh, hang on a minute. Vloggers online, they're usually teenagers or mid-20s and have no kids anyway. The kids watch them. Does my head in. Right. Here we go. This is my phonic alphabet. Firstly, when I'm trying to create this idea, what I tend to do is go to the internet, create a Pinterest board based around my idea, what I want to do. I've got lots of things going on at the moment. I've got a few projects going on, some gin companies, and something to do with pigs. Anyway, so I've made Pinterest boards for that. This is just your phonic alphabet for nautical signalling, international maritime. That's what it is. And this is what I want to try and mimic. Yes, it's been done a million times before, but you know what? I really enjoy them. I love them, and I want to make my own and see what I could do with them. Maybe make some personalized art, etc. So we're gonna work with that. So there we have some flags. I like this one. This is the old range, and this is the new range. I like this old set because it looks like, for me, it's that mid-century print technique, which I'm really into. Okay, I'm into print techniques from a bygone era, and I've got lots of books with it all on. The way things have been printed, the colour plates. So the green would have been one plate, the blue, the black, the red, and you always get these like misregistrations. And those students who know me know I love all things old, oldie worldy. Okay. That's what I'm going to try and do, and that's my selling angle, okay? Rustic looking prints with the phonic alphabet. I'm going to look at creating alpha, which is this flag here. Can you see it? I'm going to zoom in, and then I'm going to try and recreate it in Illustrator and show you how to do that, okay? So the blue is one layer, and then the white is another. So that's just 2 layers, okay? But I'm not going to go clicking away with the pen tool. I'm going to try and create it with just a rectangular marquee tool. I'm looking at it and I'm analysing it, okay? And I'm thinking, how can I do that? So for me, that's one shape, and then this box here is another shape. Some artists, some designers will do it differently. Okay, Pete Taylor, he'll do it totally differently to me. And Shirley, when she's around, does it a whole different way. Okay, so I'm going to do it the way I would do it, okay? And we'll see how we go. So, first things first. Let's just move this out the way there. Can you see my little mug shot? Ah, there we are. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go to my rectangular tool there. And what I'm going to do first is create a new layer. Just get rid of them. Make a new layer. Always make layers. I'm pressing Shift as I do this, okay, and I want my box to be constrained. It's about this big, okay, and you can see it's in a kind of an off-white colour. If I move it around slightly, can you see where it says centered? That's the center of where I want it. It's not the center of the page. Look at that. Intersect. Boom. There you go. Center of the page. I know it's the center of the page if I create another box there, like so, and then move that up. See? Center of the page. Okay, guys, I'm going to make this blue, and I've got my color palette already here, and that's what I tend to do. Before we talked about, I've got like a list on my wall, things like refine, develop, efficiency with speed, okay? These are all little buzzwords that if you're a designer, you've got to work with. No point labouring over things like my videos. So let's go. Martin, it is on the lesson plan. So what we're going to do is look at that shape, the blue. Let's make it blue so we can see it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to click on my rulers, which is Apple R. They're already up. And then I'm going to bring a guide in just to the middle. of that page. Okay. Oh, if I press view and go to my guides, I'm just going to clear my previous guides because that's what it was snapping to. I'm going to go to view, guides, and show guides. Okay, do that again. Bring up, select the artwork first, bring in a guide. Dun, 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 and there we go, a guide. What I'm going to do, looking at this a alpha symbol, this shape, there's the halfway mark. That's going to be my white side. What I'm going to do is move this across. And that's going to be my blue side. Okay, just move it a little bit more. There we go. I'm going to try and create this shape. So it's this here. I want to pinch it in because it's, if you can see, it's actually a half of that side. So it's actually thirds if you want to work in thirds. I'm going to go to my pen tool. Okay, put it just there on the halfway mark, and my smart guide has told me that's my halfway mark. Go to my second arrow tool down. It's called Direct Select tool. Direct Select. Click on it, on that part. Pull it in. Happy days. Okay. Now, I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to create the blue stroke. I actually had that up a second ago and I should have kept it, but I've made a new layer. I'm pressing shift and there it is, my blue stroke. It will be when I click on stroke. There we go. I'm just going to snap it round. There you go. I'm going to pull this in there. So many people would do it differently. They'd be using pen tools, oops, and all kinds. Maybe I should use the pen tool. Like, no, I'll do it this way. Okay, it's got a blue stroke around that. Okay, I'm going to make it slightly bigger, about 3 points, so you can see it. But I'm going to zoom in and show you this. By the way, I'm pressing Command plus to zoom in, and then I'm using my spacebar to move around the page. Can you see that? It's overlapping. What I want to do is bring the stroke inside, and to do that you go to your stroke options up here. Remember, if this toolbar isn't there, go to view, window, and go to control. There it is there. What I'm going to do is click on stroke, and it's here. You've got align stroke to center, and I want align stroke to inside. There we go. Happy days. I don't really need my guides anymore, so I'm just going to clear them. Again, go to view, window, guides, hide them. And you can see this white gap. I'm going to zoom in further. Don't like that. I don't need that. So I'm just going to move my box across. Okay, I'm pressing the the right arrow key, but my increments are really small because I do some really quite tight work. So that's why it was only moving very marginally. Okay. Okay, guys, there's my object. What I'm going to do is highlight that, and I'm going to join them two together. Okay, in holy matrimony. Go to Pathfinder. You'll find that in window, and it's called Pathfinder, and there it is. And the one I want to do, I think it's divide. I'm going to click on that. Okay, and what that's done is it's joined those two objects together. Okay, see, and it's also joined the layers. Get rid of them. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do is put a white box in there. Okay, and I'm going to make a new layer. Dun, 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 and make the shape that I want. Okay, click on my color palette. There it is. There's the white I want. Click on that. Excuse me. Happy days. And he's there, but he's in front of the flag shape, so I'm going to move him backwards, and that's why we use layers. Okay, that is why we use layers. Right, gonna age this in Photoshop. Okay, and the reason why I've put it on two separate layers is because, as we said before, in the olden days they would have had different plates, okay, for different colours. Is that you, Harris? Lyndon. Click on the blue. Okay, I'm pressing Command C, which is copy. I've got Photoshop open already, and because I'm working on an A3 document, that's an A3 document. Let's move this action back. Okay. Oops. There we go. You okay with this so far? Good. I'm going to press Command V, which is paste. You can find that in Edit, Paste. Okay. Edit, Paste. Now, you will get this box. Some people say, well, what is all this about? I'll just explain. If I click on pixels, it's just going to copy and paste that. If I click on smart objects, it's a different thing and a whole different tutorial, to be fair. Probably another 6-7 minute tutorial. What that is to do with if I edit it in Illustrator at a later date, it will edit it in Photoshop at the same time. That's what a smart object is. I'm going to just click on pixels, press OK, and it lands in the middle of my page. Press enter. Happy days. Good? Excellent. Go back to Illustrator, click on the white or the cream section, Command C, Photoshop, Command V. However, let me just see. Dun, dun, dun. No, Command V. I was just thinking of something. There we go. Just going to move him across. And again, there's my layers. And I can drag him down. He's on 2 different layers. Haha! Let's zoom in. Guys, I'm going to show you how to age this. Oh, sorry. I'm going to show you how I age this. I'm going to use some presets that I've created as actions. Okay. I'm going to do this old print technique. There's a website called True Grit Textures, and I really like them. They're actually quite good. And the downloadable preset that I've downloaded is called Atomica. I love mid-century kind of mottled, absorbed print techniques. So that's what I've done. So I'm going to click on 1A and I'm going to press go. Watch this. It's going to affect the white. Okay. Now, I've made a bit of a boo-boo here. So what I would have normally had is another layer with my colour palette at the bottom. Okay. And I can use the pipette and click on the colour palette. Does that make sense? But in this time, for this, I'll just click on a cream, just so I can show you the example. It's not cream. My eyes deceive me. There we go. So you can see it. That one. Watch this. Ta-da! It's created a mottled print technique effect. I'll do it on the blue. Okay, so what I'll do, I'm just going to close this layer palette here, this little arrow, and click on the blue. Okay, what I'm going to do is the same thing. Press play. There we go. I'm going to choose the blue, or a blue, similar to what I've been using. Press go, and this one will show up a lot better. There we go, guys. So that's my preset. And it's that simple. If I zoom in, I will show you what it does. It creates a real kind of vintage looking print. Okay, I can put textures on the background, buff stock, butcher's block paper, whatever. And that's really what it is. What I'll do, I'll show you how I use my palettes. Okay, so I'll do that again. Okay, for you. I'll just delete those layers. Thank you, but I don't need you just yet. Okay, so go back to Illustrator, click on this, copy, paste, pixels. I don't need the whole of this phonic thing, so I'm just going to minimize it. Small. It's on its own layer, so I don't really care. You can see it there. I'll do that thing again, and this time I'll show you how we use the colour swatches. So press go, press continue. Before we made up a colour, I'm going to click on the blue because that's the one I'm playing with. And you see that there? If I was to copy and paste that onto other Photoshop documents, it would be that blue. Okay, so that's a good little hint. Happy days. And there it is. Okay, just minimize that pack. Click on the white, the cream, press play. Click on the cream. You can see why. So it's good to have this. Okay, it's done it for me. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to minimize you and get rid of that phonic alphabet in the corner. I would save that document. I'm going to press the background layer, click on the eye, like so, and I would save that, for instance. And it would be a transparent document I can use on a coloured background, and you'd see the colour coming through slightly, etc. Just different ways of doing it. It's great. So let me show you. Oh, look at this. There's one of my colleagues. I was playing with a picture of Isla that Pete Taylor had done. I was going to send it to her and I thought, oh no, can't be that cruel. Okay. So what we've got is that artwork you've just seen. What I've done is I've started to mock it up and I've created some PSD files, named files. So I've actually got, say, for instance, the one you've just saw. If I click on this and look at the JPEG, okay, AA3 alpha, okay, I've left the space because that's where I will sign it, and I've got also a stamp with a logo that I've created. See, I'm working on this, okay, this whole thing, it's going to move, man. You're going to see this all over the place. If you read nautical magazines, we're going to call it Burbo Bank, and that says Burbo in the flags. See? Okay, I've got all kinds going on. I've got mock-ups, I've got basic prints, although that was the first one, not too keen on it. Okay, that's what it is. I've also started to create other artwork for this. This one's called Meridian Zero. Okay, it's a mashup of all the flags together. Okay. I've also got a distressed one. So this is kind of a real art piece. Okay, and I've got that in different colours. Again, trying to keep things efficient. I've also started to look at interiors. Okay, so if I click on interior mockup, I've got mockup frames, which I've downloaded from Graphic Burger. Can you see? I've also started to put it into interiors. The example that I've got here is going to be a shelf interior. There we go. So this is what people will see online. And I've also downloaded this. I've got permission from the photographer David to use this. So Charlie, India, and then this really nice room. I don't know where that room is. It's probably New England or somewhere, but it's just beautiful. And I'm gonna, use that. So what you're gonna see over the next few days is this pop up. I'm gonna put it on. It's already started on Etsy. I've got an Instagram account called Burbo Bank. I'm gonna start putting things on there, guys. It's that simple to make a business. Okay, if you've got a really good concept behind it, it's working about efficiently with the product. I'm all about passive income. I've got my own art studio here, okay, so I've got paper stock everywhere. I've even started to print on examples of paper. Okay, you can see this paper here is a British made paper called Innova. This particular one is IFA 27. It's quite thick, it's 300 GSM, and this is what people will get. They will get this in the post, wrapped in cello, in a rigid envelope, okay, with a stamp on the front, etc. It's Thursday today. Thursday the 16th. I'll have this by Saturday. This will be up and going and ready for people to buy by Saturday. Okay, and let's see what happens. Pass some income. Get some money. Hell, we need it anyway. See you later. I'm going to go. I'm going to get rid of these pictures of Isla. Every time I turn my computer on, they're there looking at me. See you later.